going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So
welcome to the Crypto Teacher Stock Channel. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works. Because once we understand how the world really works, we understand everything is planned out. Now, of course, guys, we go over the funny article first. Short sellers made billions from U.S. stock sell-off. So, guys, you knew they were going to get their money back. Remember, they're there to take your money. Don't fall for this Gamestop Reddit battle. This was all orchestrated by the New World Order. Right now, Gamestop market cap is $18 billion for a brick-and-mortar company that was going out of business. And guys, we know they're not the only ones. We have companies with billions and billions of market cap and don't even have a product. And we know what that's called. That's right, washing money. We know what it is, guys. Now we have $1,400 stimulus checks are on their way. So we see the stimulus package is going to Biden, will be signed. And remember, guys, this money runs out September 6th. And by that time, we're going to have higher yields. We're going to have inflation. And then we're going to be running into next year when the Fed is going to start saying, we're going to pull back on this balance sheet plus raise rates. Remember, the crypto teacher advised you. Now, we had AMC actually make moves after hours. So don't forget, guys, China has a big hand in AMC. Remember, their theaters are doing just fine. Now, we also had Asian stocks open up flat. Remember, I told you about CNBC World, guys. Make sure you are watching that. Now, we have Apple cuts orders by 20% due to low demand. But, guys, we know that Apple has over $200 billion of cash. That's cash sitting on the sideline. And I just feel like Apple, Warren Buffett, they're waiting for this downturn in order to make a big monstrous move. Now, guys, we had Roblox go public today. And Roblox today was very interesting if anybody saw it. We know it was a direct listing. At first they said it was going to do an IPO, direct listing. Today, guys, looked like an IPO. They said they didn't need to raise any money, but you say the stock was $45, but it ends up being $65. That sounds like raising money to me. But we know all the fraud is going on right now, guys. Nothing surprises me. But I definitely see Roblox doing great long term. Now, we know what happens with Roblox. We know gaming is definitely going to be big. But we do know as schools open, kids are going to be less online. But we know in the future, we know what's planned. The fourth industrial revolution, where more people are going to be at home. So Roblox is definitely going to be a big player. Now we have Boeing hit a 52-week high. Remember, Boeing was on my list for the top stocks to purchase at the beginning of the year for you to load up on. Even after all the bad news, guys, we know this is a New World Order stock. So we know it's not going anywhere. As we see, it just keeps moving up. Right along with the energy stocks. So, guys, we do see the reopening stocks trying to make their wave. Now, getting over into some stocks that I definitely see a big play and definitely the innovation, definitely looking towards the future. So we have X1, which, of course, is doing 3D printing. I went over the house that's being built 3D printing. So guys, definitely this is a big player in this. Also, ARK Investments is a big investor in this. So guys, we definitely have to build up portfolios so then therefore this portfolio takes care of you 5 and 10 years down the road. No, it's not here yet, but we definitely know it's coming. Another one is Teladoc. We know there's not going to be any more brick and mortar hospitals. We know the CVS's, the Walgreens, the Rite Aids, they're going to be your next doctor's office, but majority of people are going to be at home, either Zooming or on their phone. Teladoc is going to be a big player. And then also Kratos, which is a defense security company, and that's all they get is government contracts. And that is the reason why Palantir is a big player for me, because that is guaranteed money unless you do something to happen to break away from government contracts. Now, these government contracts, we know trillions and trillions of dollars get lost every year with defense contracts. They don't want you to see the money that's being put out. So it's definitely going to be a big player. Now, getting over into the indicators, guys, we had the VIX down, of course. We had the dollar down, but we had yields creep back up. Earlier, the yields were in the negative. They moved back up. Go to the NASDAQ. NASDAQ came out positive and then retracted back. Why? Because of the yields. Why? Because we had an auction today. We had the Treasury auction, and it was not great. So it was about $38 billion. So guys, definitely keep your eyes on the indicators. It's going to let you know which way the market is going. Do not keep your eyes just on the Dow, because remember, the Dow is only 30 stocks. So of course, CNBC plays up the Dow. Don't worry about the Dow. That's a small piece of the actual puzzle. Yields are going to let us know where this actual market is going. Tech stocks is the fourth industrial revolution where we're going. They're taking the biggest hit. The reason why, because the Fed has gave them these big valuations. But we know the reason why. We know a lot of these companies don't have products or have products, but they're actually not being sold yet. We know the fourth industrial revolution is coming. We understand that. Get yourselves invested. Not your financial advice, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But you definitely want to build out your portfolio. And you have time to build that. But that's all I have for you guys. Don't forget about the main channel, Crypto Teacher. Learn the new economy, cryptos, blockchain. Like, subscribe, spread the channel everywhere. This channel, guys, like, subscribe, spread everywhere. And y'all have a wonderful day.
Yes, I'll tell you what, everybody is anticipating this auction, primarily because yesterday's 3-year short maturity, we're really thinking about that 7-year that was horrible a couple weeks ago. Well, 38 billion 10-year notes yielded 1.523. The one issued market was trading 151.5, but yields have been dropping all morning. I gave this one a C minus, Charlie minus, and I think I was being very generous. Let's go through it, shall we? 10 auction average bid to cover 2.42, a little bit light here at 2.38. 56.8 was indirects. That is the lightest since November 20. 10 auction averages, you see there, 61%. Okay, maybe the one bright spot, maybe the most important bright spot, direct bidders, that might include maybe the Japanese, 17.8. A couple and a half points above the 15% 10 auction average, and 25.4 go to primary dealers. That number's a bit too high. So none of the metrics are really spectacular. I could have gone a D plus here, but I do cut some slack that the overall market was sliding in yield, rising in prices. The equities remain firm. And of course, long maturities are what it's all about at this point, especially considering this morning might be the last bus stop of the low CPI inflation data for this cycle.